Hello and welcome to another stream. My name is C0RUPT3D and today we are back in Grand Theft Auto Online and we are going to be completing my tour of all of my vehicles and the property that I own. But first, we need to repo a Banshee. I have a feeling I know where this Banshee is going to be located. Yep. Golf course. Pardon me. And onto the highway. Oh. Well, shit. There we go. All right. And here we have the Banshee I just repoed. And then the other car I repoed before I started the video. And over there...
Nice, dude. Hey, those parts will be easy money, so watch this space.
...is the next heist for another vehicle. Probably won't get into that tonight, but... Oh, hey.
What's good?
Weekly challenge complete. Recover 5 vehicles using the tow truck. Okay.
See you on the flip side.
But let's get into the rest of this tour, shall we?
Hey.
Shut up. I know I know what you're thinking. It's my God, it's not a Camaro. No, this is the new vehicle that they dropped this week. This is the Cavalcade XL, and I really liked it. I really like the look of it. Because it's a, let's call it what it is. It's a Cadillac Escalade. But what I like the most about this car, and it's really stupid, but a lot of SUVs and and cars and other vehicles in the game don't have...
How you doing?
Shut up, Lester. Most vehicles, new vehicles will have it, or they should have it. However, some of them don't. And it's the stupidest thing to nitpick over. However, probably the best part about one of these vehicles is working fog lamps. Yes, you turn the high beams on in order to get them to work, but working fog lamps. Most real-life SUVs have them. Hell, my car has it. But it's so rare in Grand Theft Auto to have working fog lights. I mean, again, most people won't nitpick over something like this. However, I do, because it's... If you have it on the bumper, whether it's aftermarket or otherwise, when you're customizing the vehicle or not, they should work. It's there for a reason. It's not just for aesthetics. It should work. And of course, me being a car guy, I'm going to nitpick over something like that. Anyway. So you've seen this scrapyard. I know it's not much, but it's a business. We have I showed you my lowrider garage. I showed you my nightclub garage. I did show you briefly my nightclub. I've shown you my muscle car garage, my other supercar garage, the arena. I believe I did show you the Pegassi garage. But while we're over here, I'm going to take you over here. And this is my vehicle warehouse. And also, right over here is a safe house that I own. So before we get to the vehicle warehouse, We'll just go. Okay. So, little 6-car garage. I know it's only got 5 in here right now, but there's actually a 6th one in quote-unquote storage. Um, but here we have the Class A Drift Yosemite diagonally across from the Class A Yosemite. One's a drifter, one's not. This one, however, is on airbags. So when you're driving, the car's gonna look a little uh gonna look higher. The suspension's gonna look higher, and then when you come to a complete stop, it'll sag, and it won't rest on the ground, but it'll sag. The Drift Yosemite does not do that, and personally, it's probably better that it doesn't. I did not put the drift upgrade on there on the Drift Yosemite. I probably will just to try it out, but I don't know for the I haven't played any of the drift racing yet. I did test drive my buddy Mike's car with the drift mechanic on it, and I already know I'm not gonna like it, especially when I'm trying to say run from the cops, or God forbid I'm in a public room that's filled with a bunch of griefers. Don't want anything to do with that. This is the Vapid Hustler, based on a 3-window Ford. This is the Vapid Slam Truck. It's supposed to be a Ford F-100 pickup truck. However, it's actually got more. Is that Vapid? Yeah, that's Vapid. It's got the front end of a old 1950s Chevy truck. This is actually really fun to drive. It's a typical muscle car, so it's gonna be fun to drive. However, when trying to run from anything, all you're gonna do is spin tires. It does have hydraulics. It does have all the Benny's custom work, the flames as you see, and the okay. Well, I was gonna say all the hydraulics and everything are in the bed, but I have a cover on the bed, so you can't see anything like that. Oops. And then we have a 53 Mercury. They call it the Hermes in game. Actually, no, it's an Albany, so it's actually a Cadillac. Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure this is a 53 Mercury or a 49 Mercury. Either way, the look I was going for was just a when they gave this car away, I believe for free, one Christmas. Hell, 5 or 6 years ago now. I put the wine red with the red secondary color on it. I thought it looked really nice, and put the white walls on it. Old lowrider wheels, and I think it looks pretty nice. It's rare when I drive it because it's a showpiece essentially. So it lives here in the in the garage here. So yeah. Okay. Now we'll go to the vehicle warehouse. Oop. Did I really just crash? Oop. From where this is located, I might actually consider swapping locations, but I'm gonna have to need a really decent sale because the trade in for a property like this is not not good. On top of that, I also have a bunch of cars I need to offload out of this garage in order to sell it because I don't own any of these cars. These are all import-export cars, so I have to actually, when I'm CEO, I have to go into this office space here and then use that computer, that little laptop, to then get the cars offloaded. The problem with that is I normally only play with it's either myself alone or me and my buddy Mike, and we only really jump on GTA once a week as of late to bring everybody content. But if we're just playing just to dick around and have a good time, we won't even come near this garage. So everything that you see that's under a car cover, these are all real cars. These can be driven, but they're not mine. I have acquired them through means. Mostly I do the easy way and I take my cargo bob. I find the location of where it is. I pick up the car so that way it can't get destroyed on the way back to said warehouse. But the cars I do own are down in the basement. And I'm pretty sure if it's not this garage bay, it's actually this set of doors that actually has what's supposed to be the elevator. In quotation marks. So. All the way down in the basement. Don't ask me why they're in the basement. I guess it could be worse. It could be in the attic. So, these are all my special vehicle work vehicles. Starting with the Blazer Aqua. This is amphibious. I can take this into water and the wheels will fold up into it, and you can actually use it as like a jet ski. This is my Ruiner 2000. This vehicle can jump and has a parachute, so you can actually parachute down off of like the top level of a car park, or if you wanted to jump a bridge and then sail underneath it, you can use the parachute in order to do that. They also have, this one's also weaponized, so it's got machine guns and it has rockets. Limited rockets, but it has rockets. Across from it is the this is the Karen Rebel Aqua, I think. Wait, is that? Now I need to check, because I'm not sure. All the way down the list of stuff. Oh, it's the Karen Technical Aqua, not the Rebel, the Technical. But yeah, with those barrels, it keeps it afloat. And then it also has a boat motor attached to the back end of it, so it'll putter along the water. Next couple of vehicles, you're going to sit there and go, these are straight out of Mad Max, and you'd be correct. Starting with the Armored Boxville, this has armor plating, a wedge, what looks like chain link fence for the driver to see out of. Plus, it's got a minigun on top, or not a minigun, a 50 cal on top of it. It is lined with armor that should have been, that looks like siding off of a barn, and you can fit 4 people in it. One person from the back end will actually jump on the gunner seat up above here and will actually provide some offense, aside from just moving cars out of the way. This is the Wastelander. This is the most useless vehicle on the planet. Another really good vehicle in theory, because, hey, it's got a place where possibly you could put a vehicle on there. It's even got straps. I mean, you could have it. You could have an actuator where it'll lift the back end up and slide down. You can drive a car up onto it and it'll lock in place. Nope, definitely not. It's even got what looks to be a winch, or a dual winch, like a flatbed. But nope, sadly no. You can actually put people. You can have people jump into the back and actually kind of hold on to the side so they don't fly off when you're traveling at high speed or off-road or whatever. But yeah, can't do that. Although, it'd be a damn good idea. Again, this vehicle had so much potential, and Rockstar fumbled. I don't know if it was Rockstar afraid it would be a griefing tool. They turn around, 2, 3, 4 DLCs later and gave us an Oppressor Mark II. If they were worried about griefing and just randomly stealing other players' cars just as a goof, that's a hell of a lot docile of a troll than blowing people up just for the sheer shits and giggles. Next up, we have the Phantom Wedge. And this extremely long nose cone on this truck provides the ability to send cars flying out of the way. I believe the first video that my buddy Mike and I actually ever put out for GTA was had a part in that video where we were just kind of having our way with the traffic, and we took the Phantom Wedge here, and we just had ourselves a ball. It can fit 5 people, 2 in the cab, 3 on the back. One sits here, one sits on the other side, and then one will sit on the tow hitch to provide some defense. This is not a weaponized vehicle, so the the only offense, quote unquote, offense that it has is getting shit out of the way. As I said, the elevator, quote unquote, would go here, and it's currently above us. Furthermore, last but not least in this, or no, sorry, second to last but not least, is the coil voltic. Coil rocket voltic. This actually has a jet propulsion engine on the back of it, so it will scream down the road when you hit the horn. No. Yeah, I think when you hit the horn. So, I've driven this a few times. I've never driven it on stream before, but I've driven it a few times. It's not that I don't like the car. It's the handling gets a little squirrely, especially when you are using the rocket. However, if you're being picked up by a cargo bob and you're being flown all the way up to the top of the map, and then you're let go, you can actually use I think it only happens once or twice, because I think you have to actually be touching the ground for it to recharge, but you can be dropped from the top of the map, and as you're sailing down to the ground, you can actually angle your car a different way, whether it be up, down, left, right, and then you can use the rocket engine on the back of the car to get sent further in that direction. So if you want to make it to the ground faster, you would point down. You want to go back up into the air or climb further, you would angle the car up. And then if you just want to go in if you're at the top of the map and you're pointing south and you just want to head south, you can hit the rocket booster and travel that way as you're falling. And then the last vehicle, because you really can't call it a car, it's more of a go-kart really, or a dune buggy, is the ramp car. Now, the sole problem with this car is it is too weak. This car had a amazing potential. Again, if you were in a public lobby and you're driving this thing around, it has no armor. You have no doors, you have no roof. You are just kind of sitting there, and you are a ramp to other people. The upside to that is you're a ramp to other people. So if you're driving towards somebody and either they're not paying attention to what you're doing or they're aiming for you, you don't collide. They just go off the ramp. However, that does damage to the car, and that's the downside. The major downside to this is it has no armor plating. It has no health. It has very I think it survives maybe 20 cars going off of it as a ramp before it starts to smoke and blow up. This car had amazing potential, not even for a troll vehicle, but just to have a vehicle that would not die and you could actually perform stunts with your friends. You could be the traveling ramp and you could have six, I mean, the lobby holds 30. You could have 6 of your friends just go off in a straight line and you're traveling towards them, they're traveling towards you, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 off the car, and everybody's having a grand old time. That's, again, in my opinion, it's another fumble with for Rockstar, because this has amazing potential that falls flat, and it could have been done so much better. I mean, it's great when you're doing the mission that that you need to with that car, and that doesn't blow up then. But yet still, you have to be, when you're in a public room, you have to be mindful of the fact that the car has no health. It's a fun car, but again, no health. No health equals why drive it? Why play with it? It's funny, most of these cars I own in GTA, but I don't own them here. Okay. We're going to go to the casino next. Actually, I believe I was... we'll hit it up again. Oh. Alright, so this is the penthouse garage. I own a penthouse here, so I'm getting access to a 10-car garage. Starting with the only weaponized vehicle that's allowed in this garage, we have the Anis Paragon R. The reason why this is the only one that's allowed in this garage is because when you complete all the casino work for Agatha Baker, your gift is this car. So this is the only car that's allowed to be held in this garage that's weaponized. No other weaponized vehicles can be allowed in this garage. It's kind of a pointless stipulation, or at least it was. I'm not entirely sure if it changed. But when we first got the casino, we first got the casino missions and stuff like that. That was the one like prerequisite. Like, yes, this is a car that is weaponized and armored. However, this is the only one that can be allowed in this garage. And again, I'm not sure if Rockstar actually changed their policy on that, but it stays here, and all my other weaponized vehicles stay elsewhere. This is the Willard Eudora. I put like a random like Halloween inspired paint job on it, only because of the fact that I think when we got it, it was like 2 weeks before Halloween. I think, and if not, actually no, might have been. All I know is we got it sometime, whether it was a summer update car or it was a Halloween drip feed car or something. But there's also a taxi livery. If you do all the taxi missions, or you do enough taxi missions, you can actually get a livery for this vehicle where it turns it into a taxi, and then you can use this for the taxi work. But I think you have to do like 100 clients for taxi work, and it's like, yeah, I'll get to it. This is my very first car, and this is the original color scheme I had for this car. This is the Sabre Turbo. I have another Sabre Turbo that's a lowrider, or will be turned into a lowrider at some point, but this car was my very first car. When I started Grand Theft Auto Online, made my character and everything, you didn't start out with a garage. You didn't start out with an apartment. You actually had to do missions in order to gain the money. So how you got around instead of walking everywhere is you stole a car. It's in the title. But this is the first car I stole. And it's funny, my buddy Shu, he actually stole I believe his first car that he stole was a Vapid Dominator, which is the Mustang in the game. And then way back on the 360, when online servers were just coming on and everything like that, if you were in the passenger seat of your friend's car, and for whatever reason they lagged out of the game, or you lagged out of their game, or you got dumped into a solo lobby by yourself because server connection dropped, you became the owner of that car. And it wasn't that my buddy lost his car, it was just random duplicate happened. So when we lagged out of the server, he kept his car, I got his car, and I was able to garage it too. That was way back when. Like, now it's my Dominator's a different color and everything like that. So it's all fine and good. But plus that was like a random accident that happened. And unfortunately, because the servers on the Xbox 360 were kind of just coming online and everything like that, they were a little, I guess, not prepared, or not strong enough to encounter everybody playing the game at one time or playing online at one time. Stop looking around. Not only did it happen with me getting a copy of his Dominator, but he also got a copy of my Sabre Turbo, which then he just blacked out and and made it his own. But this is mine. And for the longest time, my car was matte black and dark green. And I had to do like, what was it? I had to win 70 races or get to rank 65 or whatever to unlock the lime green paint job. And I kind of sat there and I was like, okay, well I can get to that rank probably through all the racing that I do in the racing mode on GTA Online. And that's what I did. I ended up getting the color so I could actually make the stop it. Make the paint the second color would be the lime green paint. So not only is it the stripe, but it's got the front lip, and I believe that's it's also got the accenting on the bottom of the car, the side. But yeah, very first car, still own it. So this is the Karen Everon stock car. This stock car or stock truck, NAS truck inspired vehicle it's the hot ring racer racing car. That's the only way you can actually that's the only racing you can use for it. You can drive it on the street. You can drive it on the street. However, you don't have headlights. You don't have taillights. You don't have really. It's not a car because it doesn't have the necessities in order to drive, say, at night. I mean, it's going on 7 o'clock. It's just after 7 o'clock in game, and the sun in game will be going down. Driving this car at night serves no purpose. Same thing with the Bravado Hellfire. Is a hot ring car, and it same purpose. No headlights, or at least I don't think they're headlights. Same thing with the original hot ring Saber. Jump in it, sure, that's fine. You can only use it for racing. You can drive it in. The free mode lobby. That's great, but again, no headlights, no taillights. This, however, this is the Drift Tampa. This actually does have headlights. Oh shit! Zion was salvaged for $73K. Holy crap. Anyway, get back to Drift Tampa. It does have headlights. It does have taillights. I think it has taillights. Yeah, it's got taillights. This is heavily inspired by a well-renowned in the racing community person. His name is Ken Block. Ken Block actually passed away a few years back, or actually a year or two now. And he was, or he will be, if they have a legends category in the racing community, he was a living legend, especially for all the stunts he did. If you know anything about Ken Block, he used to be a drifter. He used to run X Games. He used to do all kinds of stunts with his cars, with his bikes, with everything. And if you've ever heard the term Gymkhana, that's he was one of the people to bring, I guess, who I guess brought it stateside. Um, and I mean, I'm talking like this car is heavily inspired by his Unicorn. If you've another term you've probably never heard of, or if you are a car guy, car gal, whatever, and you've ever heard the term hoonigan, um, that's another group that he used to run with. Um, and the Unicorn was a Ford Mustang that essentially looked like this, um, but had uh, two gigantic turbos on the car. It had a huge engine, and thing was loud as fuck. And the paces that he put that car through, a normal car would blow up instantly. The engine would just die. Um, and he would roast the tires off that damn thing, and he would do it with a smile on his face. And he um, there's a documentary series. It's like 8 or 10 episodes, and if you have Amazon Prime, it's on there. Uh, it's called Gymkhana, and it's a documentary that he put together of, I guess, the 10th Gymkhana that he uh, put together. He has um, all kinds of stunts from different places in the States to other countries. It's really interesting. If you uh, have any interest, I would recommend going to watch it. Okay, enough drooling over the Drift Tampa. Um, Next we have a Imponte Nightshade. This is based off of a 70s Camaro. I dressed it up to be Bumblebee, uh, his stealth version, just like the black and yellow Camaro over there. Um, in the fourth Bay movie, uh, he was actually um, they they called it Stealth Bumblebee, but it was just, instead of it being yellow with a black racing stripe or two black racing stripes, it was black with a yellow racing stripe. And he was, I think, that color for 60 or 65% of the movie. And uh, this car came out, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can do that. Sure enough, so that's why he's the Stealth Bumblebee. And then when we got the Vigoro ZX, which is an updated model of uh, the Vigoro. I think that's how you pronounce it. Vigoro, yeah, Vigero. This is the updated model of the original one, which is a muscle car, which I have somewhere in one of my apartments or houses, which I'm sure we'll see in a little bit. But this one, when they brought the updated model out, they gave it out for free on GTA Plus. I ended up picking up 3 of them originally, and then they had a sale on one, so I picked up a 4th one, which I'm sure you've seen my red one driving around, that I drove around. And then in this last update for the Chop Shop, they brought out a convertible option of the ZX, which I own one of those. So this is another Stealth Bumblebee. Only reason why I did the exact same color scheme on this one as the Nightshade is the fact that I didn't I didn't really like the yellow and the black racing stripes because the black racing stripes didn't really sit even. So I just figured, okay, I'll make another stealth bumblebee and go from there. This does have a different body kit. It also has the canards on the front bumper, but the lip is extended. I do have the vanity hood, so you can actually see into where the engine is. I do have, I think I have all the same louvers on the back of the car, and all but one have the same wing, but the diffuser's different and the side skirts are different because I wanted the front bumper, the side skirts, and the diffuser to match, so where it looks like a complete body kit. So, okay, now we're leaving here and we're going to go to the next garage. I showed you my auto shop, so we're not going to go there. Okay, good. Oh. Oh, actually, before we get to the next garage, I can show you my biker clubhouse. Okay. So that's where I customize all my bikes. There. Oh, wow. I do have a customer bike here, which I need to fix up and then send back out. And since I'm such a horrible biker, these are all the bikes I own but don't drive. Have the Principe Diablos. I don't know why I have a Faggio Sport. And I customized it. I put a logo on. Why? That must have been for a gag. There must have been a why not, and what it really should have been was I shouldn't have. This is the Nagasaki Shutaru. It's the Tron bike. It's really the only way you can describe it. This is the Shitsu Hakuto Drag. This does have an HSW option. I don't think I put it on, or at least I'm not sure if I did or not. I'd have to check. But if I haven't and I wanted to, I would have to go down to the car meet in order to do it. I understand the bike looks pink and black, but it's actually like a neon purple and black. I like the flames. They didn't have any other color flames, and I was just like, fuck it. The Dinka Akuma. This one is the sport bike that I race in races. I don't really drive it in free mode. Again, I'm a horrible biker, so I don't. And besides, yes, fine, the term biker in and of itself, yes, you have bikes. But if you look at um like the show Sons of Anarchy, um not only do they drive bikes or ride bikes, don't really drive it, they ride it. But they also drive pickup trucks. Like their daily is not a bike. Their daily is a car or a truck or what have you. So, eh. Western Bagger, I don't think I've done anything to this. And if I have, it's very minute. This is the Pegasio Pressure Mark 1, or everybody knows it as the Troll Junior, or the Grief Junior. The Grief Junior. The LCC Sanctus. This was a Halloween bike when it first came out. And then I ended up picking it up when it was on sale for one Halloween event week. When it was, I think, half off, and it's a $2 million bike. The eyes glow as if it were the headlights. They glow red. I think it's got an underglow kit or an underbike kit. That thing I think glows red as well. But yeah. And then that's the Western Nightblade. Had the green flames, put the green flames on it. This was, I think, this isn't my quote-unquote favorite bike. My favorite bike is actually the one next to it. This is the Avarice. And I like the flames on the green bike, on the fuck is this? The Nightblade. Although I like the livery of the Avarice more. And the white and blue go so well together. But this is my biker clubhouse, as it were. Little cot, computer. Can change my clothes if I need to. Can change my weapons if I need to. I don't know why there's a gigantic brick of weed there. I don't know why there's counterfeit money all over the hell. But anyway. Then you go upstairs. You got the logo on the wall. And then we got the absolute pigsty that is a biker clubhouse. I'm sure not all biker clubhouses are like this, but they're like this in game. That's the hierarchy on the wall. When I go into the biker club, the motorcycle club, my face will be up there, president, followed by the person that will be my vice president. Then I have road captain, enforcer, and sergeant at arms. Sergeant at arms his specialty is weapons. Enforcer is, I think, body armor. Road captain is mapping out. Shut your face, you nincompoop. And then the road captain makes, you know, he's I guess he's I'm not a biker. I don't know what they all do. I really don't. He's in charge of the map. Who knows? Then you got the toilet. You drink too much, you puke in the toilet. When you have to pee, you use the pig trough. Don't mind the smell. And this is where all the meetings go down. On the wall over here, you've got clubhouse work. I really don't know what the X's are on the wall, on the map. Don't really know. Oh, sit down. And that's about it. That's all we got for the clubhouse. Okay. Now we're moving on to next garage. And this is my Eclipse Boulevard garage. Five levels for cars that I own. Starting with basement level number 1. And these are random sports cars. So we got the Obey 10F wide body. Then the Turunda Panther. Next we got the Overflow Morgan. This is an electric sports car. Relatively quick for an electric sports car. Vapid Flash GT with the junk livery on it. Then we got the HSW Elite livery. Because this is the livery that you get. I think this is the livery that you get when you complete all of the HSW time trials. I think there's 14 or 16 of them. So when you complete all of them, you're granted a livery. I'm come to think of it, I don't think this is actually the Elite livery. I'm not entirely sure. But this is one of the HSW liveries, and I put it on the Banshee because this is now our third customization for the Banshee. There was the normal Banshee that you could get either hardtop or topless, and then you can customize that. Then there was the Benny's custom Banshee, which turned it into a supercar that made it the Banshee 900R. And now you have the HSW version of the Banshee, which keeps it a sports car. It doesn't bring it to a super, but it keeps it as a sports car. Makes it a little quicker than like normal pay and spray upgrades, but I kind of prefer the the Benny's version more if I had to choose. Um, so yeah, and this is the Benefactor Felter. This car was I remember originally it being in Grand Theft Auto 4. In fact, I think it was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, if I'm not mistaken. But this has been remodeled and everything so often that I can't remember anymore. Um, the um, is based off the Benefactor. Benefactor is actually based off of Mercedes Benz, and I think this is actually a 550 AMG. If it were a real car, it would be. I think it would be the Mercedes Benz 550 AMG or SL 550 SLK. Not entirely sure. Then you have the Vicer Neo. Sorry, Neo. This was in the car meet. No. Yeah, I think this was in the car meet DLC. Or no, this was in. Actually, come to think of it, it might be. This is relatively new, but I'm not entirely sure which DLC it was in. I don't know whether it was the Casino DLC, the Car Meet DLC, or the Drug Wars DLC. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, Vice Nero, it's a sports car. I've used it in I think 2 races. It fared for me relatively well, but is what it is. And then this is the Jester. Yeah, the Dinka Jester. So when they brought the Jester out, they made it look like the concept Acura in NSX. And actually, when I use this for racing, uh, I would way back when I would swap between this car and the Nissan GTR or the LG RH8, because both cars performed really well. And the LG being free, this one you had to pay for. It if you were broke, you went for the LG. But this car, it stuck to the ground. It was nice. It was fast. So like it made it very easy to do well in races. If it wasn't um, the first place or top three, it was rare. Like you actually had to royally screw the pooch per se to not finish a race. This actually, I finished a lot of races. Maybe it's because I play a lot of racing games and it's kind of old hat to me, but you know. But next garage. Okay. And these are random supercars. With the junk livery on it, we're going to start on this side. With the junk livery, we got the Benefactor Krieger. This is based off of a Mercedes-Benz, I think it's a GT2 car. Either GT2 or GT3. But it's definitely racing inspired, obviously. And because of the red livery for the junk livery, I put the red wheels on it. But yeah, I've raced this. I've used this in a few supercar races, and actually it performs really well for me. I like it. Here we have a named vehicle. This is the Deboche Wagner. This is an Aston Martin inspired vehicle, but the blue and white paint job is inspired by a Transformer from the 80s cartoon. His name is Mirage, and I gave him that name, or I gave this vehicle his name. This is the Banshee 900R. As I talked about earlier with the other Banshee, this is a Benny's Custom Works vehicle. This brought it from a sports car to a supercar. It does moderately well in races. However, with the evolution of GTA Online, it's been phased out only because of the fact that there are so many other supercars that are just criminally faster. And I'm sorry, but Mopar does not hold up. So the Banshee is also based off of the Dodge Viper. And we got the classic the Pegassi Zentorno. The only reason why I do not have this vehicle in the Pegassi garage is the fact that I have named it, number one. Number two, use it quite frequently for racing. And the it doesn't fit in the garage. I have way too many Pegassi vehicles. And I chose to own more Pegassi vehicles than Grotti vehicles. So in game it's Pegassi. In real life it's Lamborghini. And that's not to say I would drive a Lamborghini in real life. I would not pay $200,000-$400,000 for a Lamborghini and then try to drive it. Because my luck, it would get either stolen or vandalized. So I know better. The black and red color scheme is inspired by one of probably the most annoying Transformer in the Bayverse movies. His name is Hot Rod. In the Last Night Transformers movie, live action movie, they gave Hot Rod a Lamborghini as a vehicle mode, and they made him French. Now, first off, when you think of that name, Turn around, stupid. Come on. I hate you. That name, if you can see it. You think of a modded out Chevelle or Camaro or Firebird or like mid 60s Firebird. Hell, even early 70s Dodge Charger, Plymouth Cuda, one of them, Pontiac GTO, something like that. That's a hot rod. That is, a modified car, big engine, a lot of horsepower. Sure, Lamborghini has a lot of horsepower. Not a hot rod. It's not. And I will die on this hill. Lamborghini is not a hot rod. And I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of comments saying otherwise. It's not a hot rod. You're wrong. It's not a hot rod. Moving on. This is the ProGen Emirus. I'm not entirely sure how I acquired this car. I think it was possibly a freebie from the casino podium wheel. But I'm not entirely sure. It might have been because when you buy one of these brand new and it gets delivered to your garage, it doesn't have delivery already on it. So it might have been a freebie from the casino podium. But based off of McLaren, that's really all I can say. To number 3. The red level. These are all Ocelot vehicles. These are Ocelot. These are what should be Jaguar in real life. So we have the two of the same that are in front of one another or lined up together. This is the Ocelot Virtue. You've got the Fried Mine Therapeutics one that you actually get gifted. Not really gifted. You get to steal it, for lack of a better term. Although it's not really stealing when you. Anyway, if you do the drug war missions, you do the first dose and you do the last dose. It's just what the missions are. You take out the good doctor and you get his car as a gift. For completing all of the missions. And this is the livery that is on it. And it's like he's a part-time racer. It's got the racing number on it. It's got the sponsors, all the other stuff. And like this has an HSW upgrade on it. And then also for GTA Plus, you could get one for free. And we thought originally when myself and my buddy Mike did the missions, that you would get the car for nothing. And then you would then get the livery for nothing. Turns out you got an actual car with the livery for nothing. So they gave us the car for nothing everywhere. Anyway, don't know why. Not arguing. I have two of them. Um, I mean, honestly, I just couldn't settle on a color for this, so I just went. I selected green as the color when it would get sent to me, and typically the green color for, I guess, myself, whenever I would have a card, uh, depending on the make and model of the car, I guess. Um, but whenever it would be delivered, it would be like a darker green or an olive green or whatever. This came lime green, and no other livery really complemented the car color, so I just didn't put a livery on it. But this does have the HSW stuff on it, the upgrade, the Amani Tech from the agency, and I think one of them has the remote driving capability. I'm not entirely sure. Both have armor plating. I think one has missile lock-on jammer, and the other one is remote driving. I don't know. Next, we have the tailgater. No, sorry, the Ocelot Pariah. This is legit. This is the fastest sports car in the game. I think it still is the fastest sports car in the game. And this car I use for races a lot. I do very well with this car. This car is, it handles beautifully. It's so much fun to drive. If Rockstar gave this car an HSW upgrade, it would probably get forced into the supercar class, because I highly doubt you could keep it as a sports car and not be able to legitimately race other players in a race while using this car that's in a sports car class. This thing keeps up with supercars as it is, so it's just so much fun to drive. But the I reversed the color scheme on it, without really thinking. It should have been white and blue, but you could only do either white or black racing stripes, so I reversed the colors. But I gave this car the name of Tailgate. Obvious reasons, but yeah. And then across from it, we have the Ocelot XA21. This is a supercar. The white and green color scheme is from another Transformer. His name is Wheeljack. Could not fit the entire name of the character on the license plate, so yeah. But yeah, this is another fun car to drive. I've raced it a few times. It's very fun. I have two Ocelot Jugulars. And the simple reason for that is I could not decide on the color, because there's tan and gold, and then the tan and or actually no. Yeah, the tan and gold, and then the tan and the greenish yellow just looked so perfect. And I sat there and I was just like, I need two of these cars, because it complements it so well. I think this is actually Oh no, this is a green base color with a yellow pearlescent. Makes it like that gold. Um, but yeah, it sounds nice. It's fun to drive. I think same body kit, same spoiler. The only difference is the wheels. These have the one next to me has track wheels, where the other one has sport wheels. Um, but yeah, fun to drive. And it doesn't sound like a uh, an import sports car. Um, it sounds like a um, it has a throatier exhaust to it, so it sounds really mean. Here we have my Porsche garage. Don't have very many Porsches, however, I'm sure once um, the we get more Porsche uh, cars in the game, I will inevitably pick them up. I did have a Porsche that really handled really poorly, so I got rid of it. Um, but that was one of the tuner cars from the Car Meet DLC. First up, we have the Retro Fister Comet Custom. Body style is that of the RWB Porsche 911. Um, but yeah, um, normally, or not normally, but I've seen color combination um, like I did the white and blue. I've seen purple and yellow. I've seen purple and green. I've seen orange and blue, and I've seen red and white. Um, I just personally like the how the white and blue looked, so that's the reason why I painted it that color. Um, Comet SR. This is a newer Comet. Um, handles really nice, but only when you put the spoiler on it. If you don't put the spoiler on it, it does get a little ass happy. It does get a little squirrely on turns, especially if you take one too quickly. Um, but it does it does uh, dry, it does have better traction when you do put the spoiler on it. Unfortunately, the spoiler is a mile in the air, and you can eat lunch off of it, but um, it does provide the needed handling for the car. This is the Fister Growler. Went with uh, the the splotchy camo livery and the different color blues, and then I offset the blue with the um, pink, because the only other option I think for that would have been like the sticker bomb, and sticker bombing this entire car looks like someone vomited all over it. So yeah, most times the sticker bombing, whether it be on the bumper or the hood or what have you, it looks kind of tasteful. It actually provides, oh, it's like, oh, okay, you sticker bomb the car, the hood or the bumper or whatever. It makes sense. No, this looks horrible and I hate it. So I went with the blue camo instead. Um, this is the Fister Neon. this is an electric vehicle. It's a 4-door. Not many Fister cars are actually 4-door in this game, but this one is one of them. And I think this is the only one? Question mark? I'm probably wrong on that, but yeah. The reason why it's black is because it was considered one of my office cars for so long before we actually were able to get this garage, that when I got the car, I was just under the thought of, to have an electric vehicle, okay, I guess, but, and I'm like, I can make it an office car, and it'll just sit there, and if I have to take it out, I will. But yeah, so. Now, last one. This is a weaponized vehicle. This is the Fister Comet Safari. I am not entirely sure why it has the pea shooters, the machine guns on that you can actually see. But it's got the rally kit on it. It's got the suspension. It's got the fog lights that don't work unless they changed it. But as far as I know, they don't work. It's got the bull bars. It's got the or not the bull bars, but it's got the reinforced bumper bar and the side bar there. So this is the only Porsche that is ready and raring to go off road. And now we go to garage number 5. And here we have Corvette Heaven. These are where all my Corvettes are. Every single one that I own. And each one, the color schemes that are in front of them are inspired by different things. Oh wow. So we have the Coquette Blackfin topless, black and purple, because the one across from it is black and purple. The color scheme is inspired by yet another Transformer. His name is Loud Pedal, and this is the only Decepticon I have in my rank, in my fleet of cars. I don't have a license plate for it, but it is definitely it's the color scheme for this character, or for that character, and it's the same with the Coquette D10 here, black and purple. But yeah, I have 4 of the Coquette D10 because it's the closest variant to the Corvette C8 that is in real life. So this is the in-game version. I was ecstatic when they brought this car out, and I think I immediately bought 3 of them, or I bought 2 of them at first, and then I bought a third, then I bought a fourth because they were on sale or what have you. I think I got the green one for free off the podium. But yeah, I was so happy. The Corvette is my favorite car, so for them to actually come out with the black fin, come out with or bring back the Coquette from GTA 4, and then up the red one that the other Coquette that it like made my year when they brought them out. So, but moving right along. So this Coquette and this D10, same color inspiration, and I believe they have license plates, like named license plates. Yeah, this one is crosshairs, and so is the green one over here. So you have version 1 and version 2. Crosshairs was a his vehicle mode was a Corvette in the 4th and 5th Bay verse movie, live action Transformers movie. Then you've got I don't think this actually has, yeah, they don't have names only because I ran out of license plates to use. I just put my gamer tag on it. But these two are the color schemes are actually for another character. His name is Trax. That character, it's not black and blue, it's blue with red and orange flame. However, they didn't have liveries at the time to match, so I just two-toned it. And then the red one, this red one is inspired by Road Rage, another character from the comics of the Transformers, and yeah, but this one is really kind of different, I guess. But this one's inspired from the 8th Fast and Furious movie, but relatively the same. I just put the one next, put the older one next to it. That is the Coquette. No, the Coquette Classic. And these are all of my Corvettes. Before we go into the hills, I'm going to go to this other apartment here because it's a penthouse. When I'm done showing the cars, I will go up to the penthouse and show you the guys the penthouse. Oh God. So here we have the Albany Brigham. This is if you remember in the agency video or the part 1 of my tour, I had one all decked out. I bought 2 more when they were free from GTA Plus because they were giving that out around Halloween, and then from there, I had the intention of building all 3 of them, one individual, each one being an individual car. The black and green one in my agency that has the coffin in the back. That's a hearse. I was gonna make another one where it has a gurney in the back, and that was gonna be an ambulance. And then there's another one that is supposed to be a callback to the original Ghostbusters Cadillac station wagon that they used in the movies. So that's that. That's the reason why I have one here. Is it's a work in progress, but I am going to build it. This one is the Meibatsu Monstrosity. Meibatsu, I believe, is supposed to be compared to real life Mitsubishi, and in game it's Meibatsu. This is an HSW vehicle. It's, for me, I use it really for off-road, more or less. I don't race it. I don't do much else with it. I just use it for off-road. Although I did have the chance to use it in the snow, and I didn't. But there's always next time. This is the Karen Bohr. This is just one of those vehicles where they were giving it out. They were giving it for free, I believe. Yeah, it was free. It was a free vehicle for GTA Plus, and I don't know what I was expecting with this vehicle. But I don't know. I'm kind of meh about it. I might sell it. I might not. Really don't know. My buddy Mike, my buddy Mike loves it though. Next we have the NIS 300R. This is supposed to be a representation of the new Nissan Z. So the NIS 300R is loosely based off of that vehicle. Yeah, this came out with it's either the agency update or it was the update from last Christmas, the Drug Wars update, because they made this vehicle like limited for a time, and it was one of those things where it's like if you didn't buy it like in the 4 days it was out, you couldn't get it for like 3 months. It was just weird. But yeah, this is a fun car to drive. I drive this car not regularly, but I have driven it around, especially when I first got it, because I want to see what it was capable of. No HSW on it, no crazy tune or anything like that. It's pretty quick on its own, but yeah, nothing really crazy. Across from it is the Walton L35, and it's your basic Chevy S10, I guess. Just has the off-road kit on it. It's got the bull bar with the fog lamps that work, and then it's got the step bar, and then it's got the reinforced back bumper. Yeah, typical Chevy truck. And then in front, or lined up next to each other, we have two Daibachi vehicles. This being the 770, which is the evolution of that vehicle. In my mind anyway, because they handle almost exactly the same. This one has a little bit wider of a body kit on it, a little wider body in and of itself. It's got the thicker rear quarter panels, the thicker front quarter panels, where this one is a little bit sleeker. The Masacro has the pulled back look, I think. Where this one's just kind of like all out, just hey, how are you? But this one's supposed to be the Aston Martin DB. If this one is the DB9, then this one's the Vantage, or it's reversed. I don't know. But out of the two cars, the 770 is much more aggressive looking, and it's quicker. And then in front and lined up next to each other at the back of the garage here are two Ubermax Sentinels. We've got the Ubermax Sentinel and then the Sentinel XS. The XS has the HSW upgrades done to it, and then it's got the anodized red, which looks almost with the orange, almost speckled with like orange, like dark orange. And then it's got the red wheels. I was actually kind of hoping this would be a little bit faster than it is, but it's actually still really a really good sedan, or a coupe rather. And then next to it here is just your standard Ubermax Sentinel convertible. So I can hop in the car, hit the button, and it'll put the roof down. And I changed the color. I gave it track wheels, and I could have put a livery on it. I chose not to. But these two cars, the blue and the red one, they're essentially the exact same, except for different wheels, and one has HSW upgrades done to it, the other one does not. But same, almost the exact same body style. It's still a two-door. It's just one's convertible, one's not, and then one has HSW, one does not. And I mean, different body kit, more rounded. This one has canards, this one doesn't. You know, that sort of thing. But both coupes are not bad, not fun, not horrible cars at all. It's more or less the just, you know, preference. They're good. I think they'd be better car meet cars than actual what's the word I'm looking for? Like race cars. I think with Grand Theft Auto, when they brought out the chameleon paint, it was more the thought of, oh well, you know, like they have the, you know, people are clamoring for like flashier paint for like car meets and stuff. So that's what their idea was. Going about it. All right. Pulling into my stilt home here. Oh, I was gonna show you the penthouse, and I never did. That's okay. Hopefully when I start doing the when we all start doing the original 5 heists, perhaps I will show you the penthouses then. So here we have this is where the cavalcade lives. So you have the this is one of the new paint jobs. The paint colors that they brought out for the chameleon work. It's blue, and it's like it's got the flashes of like white or light blue in it. Looks really nice. I thought it actually made sense for the truck, because this is actually a paint job that like Cadillac would make as a limited color. So I thought it made sense. And then next to it here we have a Vapid Cara 4x4. This does not have the minigun in the back. But this is actually one of the cars I drive. This is one of the trucks I drive in the snow the most. And when I want to drive a different vehicle or I want to drive a truck, I normally grab this truck, because it's quick. You put the off-road tires on it. For whatever reason, you put the off-road package on a pickup truck. No matter what pickup truck it is, it always gets faster. And it's the same rule applies for most SUVs. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Then we got you've heard me refer to a brush truck before. This Chevy Blazer or Ford Bronco. No, Chevy Blazer. This is the Yosemite Rancher. This this is for all intents and purposes, this is my when I want to do like an off-road / wet work / not afraid to hit shit type of car. This is the car that I rely on when I don't have my Night Shark readily available, or my Insurgent. When I don't need the armor plating, I will go to this. Key reason is it's fun to drive. Where you can have fun driving it on road, off road, up the mountain, down the mountain. Just don't take it through water, and you're fine. It does not have the snorkel attachment, so it will not swim. But it does have the capability to quickly go through water if you need it to. So like if you need to cross, I don't know, I wouldn't take it through the Alamo Sea, but if you need to take it through quickly through the swamp in front of Fort Zancudo, it'll survive it. As long as you still have traction, you will get to the other side of the water, or the swamp, rather. But yeah, this is that. This is the Cara Nevron across from it here. This one, it's the Toyota Tundra esque pickup truck, and 4-door. It's maybe I have to drive it more, but it's an okay vehicle. It's not crazy. It's not it's not horrible, but it's also not like mind-bending awesome or mind-blowingly awesome. However, it is relatively fun to drive. I don't drive it often, but when I do drive it, this is just not one for the snow. So, yeah. Next, we have the Bravado Yuga Classic, and this is done up with the Benny's upgrade. So it made it from the Bravado Yuga, which is actually a lower vehicle. That type of van is it's like a Dodge conversion van, and it just looks like a box. Well, this box is lifted about Oh, good couple of feet off the ground, or it would be a couple of feet off the ground, um, if it were real life. And then it's got oversized tires, um, and now this one has, I think it's seating for four. I think it's seating for four. I think it's seating for four. I'm not entirely sure. um, because if you can't open the side doors, you have to. It would be opening the back doors. But I think it's seating for four. Two in the front, two in the rear. Um, I think the overhead lights work and the fog lamps work. I'm not entirely sure. And then next to it, or in front of it here, is the Inishelion, and they actually recently took this vehicle away. Um, and the only way you can actually buy this vehicle is if you see it in a car meet. Um, but I put this variant shares the same variant as the Everon with the skulls and the demon-esque flame with the flames and everything. Um, but yeah, so like I kind of made it to match purposely, but also um, I think this also matches my buddy Mike's as well. He bought one. I was like, hey, you know what? Not a half bad idea. I do think mine is different engine wise. He's got the two turbos mounted where I have the exhaust coming out of the hood, as well as the three air filters. But yeah, so that's all we have for this one. I'm gonna call another car so we can go go somewhere else really quick. First, we'll have to go. First to call the.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know. I'll get there as soon as I can.
Gonna hop in Sea Spray here. This is another named vehicle. How fitting, it's raining. This is a weaponized vehicle. This has um this has miniguns or machine guns, and it has missiles. And here we have my submarine. It's a decommissioned nuclear submarine. Complete with wet bay and another submarine. This is the Kraken Mini, or the Kraken Avisa. Now the Kraken was this big yellow submarine that was a I guess a first rendition or what have you in GTA Online, and you could use that for looking for everything underwater in a single player game, or if you want to look at stuff underwater in online before all of the wildlife and the sea creatures came through. But the difference is the gigantic yellow Kraken only sat one person, and you really couldn't do much else. This seats 4. 2 in front, 2 in rear, and you can have fun exploring the underwater depths around Los Santos and Blaine County with your friends. Sea Spray here is not a hydroplane. It's not a submarine. It's a submersible car, and this is the second submersible car. I showed you my first submersible car, that being the Stromberg. And you got to see that in action when we were doing part 2 of the Doomsday Heist. This does have torpedoes, it has missiles, and machine guns. So, and then, wait, just because we're in a sub doesn't mean we don't have the ability for air travel. This is the Sparrow. Little two-man helicopter, can deploy from the top of the submarine, and this has weapons. This has missiles only, but it's kind of weak. Really no defense, only offense, and it blows up in one rocket. So if you get tagged by somebody else in a public room, you're going down, and you're going down hard. But in this submarine, we have the ability to do or take on or take out, or whatever you want to call it, the Cayo Perico Island. Oh shit, this is still active. This heist is still currently active. My buddy Mike and I have been trying to do this for I don't know how long, probably the better part of a year. So yeah, this hopefully this is fixed. Because if it's fixed, then we can do it. If it's not fixed, then we can't do it. But here's the best part. I can drive it. I can drive the submarine. Now, I'm not going to drive it because there's really no reason to. However, I'm going to bring us to Paleto Forest and then use Sea Spray to get back on land to take you guys that are watching, guys and gals, to the last piece of property that I own, and that being my safe house in Paleto Bay. But yeah, this is my submarine. I can spawn here. I can actually collect certain weapons here. My dive suit. Yeah, dive suit's right here. I can equip scuba gear. So. Don't mind the plane parts that are in that are down here. Oh shit. Oop. Okay. What the hell? Okay, I hit coral. The burb. There we go. Oh. Okay. So, this garage has been swapped out with cars. I don't know how many times. I'll put cars in. I'll take them out. I'll sell them. I'll get new ones. I'll put them in here. Never fails. I always have. I'll rearrange them. I'll always have something like that. Like I'm not happy with. Take for example the empty spot right there at number 1. Now, okay. So this car, the Dinka Ballista, this is the closest car to what I drive in real life. Now I do not drive a Honda. I drive a Chevy. However, I do drive a sport compact. But this was the closest facsimile I could get to the type of car that I drive. Couple of differences. I don't have I don't have the nice wheels on it anymore. I do have stock wheels and tires. My car happens to be a 4-door, not a 2-door. The wing on my car is a little bit more pronounced. However, this is a game, not real life. Although I am taller than my car. But aside from that, this is the closest car. This is the closest car in game to what I own in real life. Now, a couple of sad points. This car originally started out as green, and reason why it's a sad point now is blue is because I actually had a green compact, sport compact, that got totaled. Right after I finished paying it off, I actually got broadsided coming off of a 4-way stop. I had the right of way. The person that hit me was not paying attention, even though she had stopped. She had stopped at the 4-way stop, giving me said right of way. Something else was distracting her. She thought I went and decided to try to fit her 8,000-pound SUV into my passenger seat. I was not injured. However, the car had irreparable damage, and it was totaled out by the insurance. I ended up getting a car, same make, same model, 3 years newer. But I could not get it the same color I had, so my second choice was blue. So that's why I then repainted my car in game to match the color that I have in real life. Here we have the Ubermacht Reinhard. This is supposed to be BMW X3? Maybe. Not entirely sure. Not too familiar with BMW cars, honestly. I mean, stereotypically, we just go, oh, BMW, and then the driver doesn't use his turn signal. Case in point, in Grand Theft Auto, the NPCs use their turn signal. The characters that we control do not, and it's not even a function of the car. I don't understand why. But yeah, stereotypically, BMW drivers. Not all of I understand not all of them don't use their turn signal, but enough of them do that it's a stereotype. Here we have the original, the Class A Vigoro. Virgo, however you pronounce it. When I first saw this car, I was trying to figure out whether it was more Chevy Camaro or Mercury Cougar. In Grand Theft Auto 4, it was, I think, more Mercury Cougar. Where this one, in this game, it's more Chevy Camaro, and that's more likely the case because they gave us the ZX, which is actually the newer Camaro that was in production up until 2024 or the end of 2023, I believe. And we don't know, we don't know whether or not Chevrolet is going to continue making the Camaro or bring a new body style out to it or just what. But this is the original Vigoro, and I have one of these mainly. Again, I like the body style. I like the car in and of itself, and it was It wasn't one of the first cars I ever had in game, but it was one of the first cars that I think I stole and put in this garage when I purchased this property, just because. Here we have the Canis Mesa. You can only get this body style with the the ramming bar, and the off-road tires, and the roll cage that's on the outside of the Jeep, and big old tires. If you steal it from a Merryweather, uh, a Merryweather guard. Otherwise, you don't get all of the extra stuff on the outside of the Jeep. So that's what I did. I called up Merryweather. They proceeded to show up. I shot the driver. I shot his passengers, and I took the Jeep. Or maybe it was when a hit was placed out on me. Might have been that. But either way, I shot the driver, shot his passengers. I took the Jeep. So this is the Class A Tulip. It's a 4-door Chevelle. The Chevelle is only 2-door. This is a 4-door. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. This is supposed to be like the dark holographic paint, but it's blinding in sunlight. So it's one of my many eyesores of the GTA world. So. But that's it. That's all she wrote for my garages. I do have one more thing to show you, and that's my hangar.
No fucking way. Fucking cocksucker.
This is a civilian hangar owner. Give them access to the base.
My airplane hangar is on Fort Zancudo. Okay. Starting with the showpiece, this is the Avenger. This is my Avenger. So my Avenger has all the accoutrements for offense as well as defense. This has flares for defense. This has 3 gun pods. So you've got one here at the front. You got one on top that will 360. And then you have one underneath the tail here. This also now has recently equipped missiles. And the missile pod is there. I don't know what that other thing is. Is that more? Oh, must be more miniguns. Oh yeah, those are miniguns for the pilot to use. Because the gun pods were only if you had other people in your hangar, in your Avenger. And then back here we have, what is this? This is the Annihilator Stealth. This is the Savage. Has gun pod on the bottom and rockets. And then we have the Cargo Bob. So allow me to show you what else I own. So this is all I have on storage. Oh, I also have a buzzard there tucked up in the corner. So I have the Alpha Z1. I have an ultralight. I have an Akula. Which is a stealth helicopter. I also have a B-11 Strike Force. I got a Rogue. Then I got a Volatile. Which is gigantic in every way, shape, and form. I've got a Tula. That actually has VTOL mode. So it'll hover in one spot, it'll fly, whole thing. And it'll land in the water as well. And I have one of the newer helicopters that I have yet to even customize. Or not a helicopter, fucking a jet. What we got? Little Molotov. Let's see. The FH-1 Hunter. Put that up there in the front for everybody to see. And oh, the Valkyrie. All right. So this is the Raiju. It actually has VTOL capability as well as weapons and all kinds of other happiness. I use the term happiness loosely because it won't inflict happiness. It won't. This one is weaponized as well. This one has it's got a dual shooty shoot out the front, and it's got a minigun out the back. It also has, I think, bombs. I think. We got a Valkyrie with miniguns on either side, and then a 40 millimeter flat cannon underneath the cabin. Like I said, the buzzard is here. And then we have the FH-1 Hunter here. It's got rockets, it's got machine guns, it's got all kinds of craziness. It also has a payload option as well, I believe. So, let me go back to the thing, and let me go back to the other deal here, and bring back out my Avenger. And if we go inside the Avenger, we've got a weapons workshop. We've got an emergency thruster for escaping if need be. This is the 2 gun pods over here. We got a 3rd gun pod here. And then this is the terminal we use to do all the Los Santos Angels mission work. Then you also have seats here, wardrobe to change clothing, and then you can enter the cockpit here. And now you can customize the weapon loadout here in the armory. And what's really cool is, if need be, you could actually put a vehicle back here. Like my Torador, or a Night Shark, or my Insurgent, or another car. Oops. Didn't mean for that to be loud. Alright. Well, this concludes the tour. But now I got something else in mind. Hangar is just a hangar, really. I mean, we could do sourcing work here too, but you'll probably see us myself and my buddy Mike do that, because it's really the only way it's going to actually happen. But I got other. Oh, there's a tank. That's a Rhino tank. Anyway, so now I got something else to do before we wrap up tonight, and that is to do a live demonstration of the race Going Ham that I built in the Rockstar Creator. Now, unofficially, this is the longest race. Officially, Rockstar verified and everything. If you go into jobs, you go into play jobs, go into Rockstar Created, and you go into race, right? Then you go all the way up to, so you got Route 68, which I believe is the entire stretch of Route 68. Okay, that's not anything crazy. But you go all the way up, and then you go... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They took it out. So you got C0RUPT Freeway, which is moderately long. But then they had the oh, wait a minute, it's the city commute. No. Huh, they took it out. There used to be one called the Long Haul, and that was like 12 miles total, or 8 miles total. And Rockstar made it, and that's what they named it. And when they brought out the creator, I said, I could do better. And that's what I did. I went and I built Going Ham. This is no one has come close. Absolutely no one has come close to surpassing this. Okay, that I know of, and I pretty regularly check the social club. This is unofficially the longest point-to-point racetrack in GTA 5 or in GTA Online. .26.5 miles. 26.5 miles. And that's the map. You start at the airport, you go all the way up and around through the city, and you go, and you end at the pier. And you end at the pier by just careening off the pier. Without HSW mods, my top time for this track is like 17, 18 minutes. With HSW mods, it's like 14, 15? Or maybe I have that wrong. Without HSW mods, it's like 20. And then with HSW mods, it's like 15 or 15, 14, 15 minutes thereabout. So I'm going to show you my race. And you can find it on the social club. You just have to look up my name. And then you can try it for yourself. I'm going to do this on my own. Oh God. No. Yeah, that was the program I was talking about. Oh yeah, my hot knife. Yeah, We'll give... Okay, here we go. This is Going Ham. And this is with HSW mods. Now normally I do have traffic on, but for this demonstration I want it clean. Or not clean, but I mean want it to be shown off. Whoa. Whoop. Yep. That bump gets me every time. Oh shit. Pardon me. Currently at checkpoint 32 of 99. Whoop. We're already in Paleto Bay at the 8-minute, 8-minute 20-second mark. Ah! And we're out of Paleto Bay already. Checkpoint 56 of 99. And again, normally you would be held up with traffic, weaving in and out of, in between cars and trucks and all kinds of other things. Inevitably, probably hitting a few cars. Approaching the 11-minute mark. And we have the spicy part of the race. That being a little bit of off-road. If I didn't add this off-road section, this race could have probably been done in about 12 minutes. Those containers that you're seeing is purposely put there to make the race just a tiny bit harder, especially when you're playing with multiple people. Yeah, we're at the 14-minute mark. 14:12. I had a couple of spin outs, that's why, you know, those are you know, time consuming. But this car does have HSW mods, so it is that much faster. I know a stock car, no mods, no nothing, no upgrades of any type. It's like 21 minutes for a stock vehicle. 16 minutes, 19 seconds. And there you have it. That is my demonstration of my own race.
Okay, so don't ask why, but I'm on a first-name basis with the costume guy.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
What should I use?
I'll bring it to you.
Hey, that shit was fucked up last night, right? Fucking Christ! Hey, man! Later, friend. Hey there. Hey! Dude, you see that shit? Oh, hi. Been trying to get some R&R, man. Been so fucking stressed.
Oh yeah, that's the HSW time trial.
Insane.
A minute 25.
You're shitting me. I'm like totally ready to move somewhere more chill. Yeah, so later, dude.
You know what? Let's fucking do it. If I can get clipped and turn around. Oh! Really? By half a second? Ah, shit. I got hung up on that damn... Again. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. $252,000. Yeah. Yeah, $252,000. That was probably $251,000. I got for that time trial.
Everything goes to you on the flip side.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you all for joining me. If you enjoy the content, make sure to drop me a follow here on Twitch. Or if you don't catch the live streams and you catch the VODs on YouTube, you can hit me up with a subscription there. Like, comment the video. If you want to drop a comment, you most certainly can. But I have been C0RUPT3D. This has been Grand Theft Auto Online. And I'll catch you all next time. Have a great night.